Day before.
Hi, everybody. This is Facebook Live, Canonsburg UP Church. It's Wednesday, September 20th.
Okay.
And I'm here with my friends, Reverend Don Coleman, and my other friend, Mr. Al Barker.
Good afternoon.
Here we are. We're ready to have a little chat.
Hi, Kenton.
Hi, Al.
Fireside chat.
You know what?
Minus the fire.
No. When wintertime comes, we can do it from my house in front of my fireplace. I have an electric one. Why not?
Because I won't be able to breathe through the haze.
Oh, my Lord. I don't smoke all the time. Like, I left the house without my lighter today. You don't see me.
I know. I was amazed.
We come over to my house and have a real fire and a real fireplace.
Okay, good idea.
But there's no internet access, so it's to be like... Well,
yeah, true. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's true. It'll be like me in 10 more years.
I've got an empty fireplace with candles in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It looks cool.
I wonder if it ever was real, that
It
fireplace.
was, 100%, yeah.
You think?
100%.
It's weird
There's no
looking.
liner in it. Oh, it was. So the greatest thing about our fireplace, we've got a 110-year-old house. Definitely built by. I even heard a story about the Mr. Potter who built it.
He built Hutchinson Hall.
Oh, really? Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so the fireplace, though, you look at it,
And he lived
it's not centered.
where he
He lived
lived.
in our house. That was his house.
So they used to use it without a liner, but it's not legal to use it now with without a
about
liner.
It's all sealed up.
I don't know about legal. No, it would go.
Not
It's-
safe.
That's the thing. So when we
It
bought the house,
It might not be safe.
we were warned there was no liner in the fireplace, so probably.
But they
shouldn't
built
use
it for fires, and it didn't have a liner.
Yeah,
Well, you could
But they
put
had a
an,
lot of fires back in those days.
they did.
well, you could put an insert in there now and
Yes.
not
Oh, you
even
could,
worry
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Yes.
And what you have too is so in what's now Aiden's room, there's a
Right.
fireplace.
There was a mantle.
Same. I've actually put a bookshelf built it into it to take it out because it had this green. It was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, same, but it's the same stack. And then in the basement, right below that, you can see the brickwork. So the brickwork went from the basement.
Maybe that was
All
just to
three
support it.
Well, there would have been a coal furnace hooked up to that.
I would have imagined.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you have there's a door.
Probably a dual stack
Shoot.
on the roof. There's
Yep.
two openings.
Yep.
Yeah, one that went all the way to the basement and it's sealed up now, and the
Yeah.
other one for your fireplace. Yeah.
so
How interesting.
yeah, old homes.
Old homes. We have a bunch of them around here.
A whole lot of
Mr. Potter also lived in McKay's house on College Street.
Oh, maybe he went from ours to that.
He may
one.
have.
Because ours is definitely
Because when I was
more
a child,
more modest than that.
yeah, when I was a child, he lived in that house on College.
Well, shoot.
Because I lived
Who
on
was
College
Mr.
too.
Who was Mr. Wrestling in Canonsburg?
Phil Alwish.
No. Phil Alwish is nope.
He was football.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Mr. Pahicus,
No. Member of our church. Come on, help me out here.
a member of our church wrestling.
Yeah.
He was a coach, a wrestler, or what?
He was involved, very involved. I'm just blanking on his name. I can see him right now. Passed away a couple years ago. Son still lives in town. Wow.
Son still-
I can
not
just drove
Don-
by me.
Not Donaldson. Not,
No. Well, this is the kind of thing that you really want to see online.
Well, you know what?
Riveting, isn't it?
Some people like history,
No. The inability to come up with a name.
Well,
is not
yeah, I
something that.
but everybody that's watching right now.
They're yelling out the name. at
They're
us.
yelling out the name right now. They might very well could be. No. So, who is the one who delivered the bell? Come on, who was Mr.
Powell.
No, that wasn't Powell.
Oh, Rankin.
Yeah. So who was Rankin's brother-in-law?
George Yates.
There we go, George Yates.
We worked our
We
way around
worked
it.
our way to George Yates. Just saw his son drive by me the other day. Anyway, yes. So George, within the first year or so of me being here, maybe within 2 years, we did a nice little drive around town, and he, pointing out this kind of thing, and pointed out that I believe maybe he said Old Man Potter, but that's also the name of the character in in
He probably did
It's a
say
Wonderful
Old Man
Life.
Potter.
Yeah, Christmas thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had talked about Potter being old.
Yeah.
Now George was he was in his 90s.
Oh, now, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's anyway. I found newspaper evidence about a wedding, I believe. So I googled up.
Couldn't be the same guy that built your house, because if 10 years ago he was in his 90s and your house is 110 years old.
No, he might have built it.
George Yates told me about the guy who built the house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
George Yates told me about Old Man Potter.
Well, you know, Donna and Danny Reynolds down on College Street
lived.
are only the second owners of their house.
Really?
They're only the second owners.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was thinking where they grew up.
No, they're only the second owners. The first owners, my neighbors when I grew up, were McAfee's.
They were the first owners.
They built it. Yep. They were the first house there.
Before your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the house you were born in?
The house next to McAfee's, yeah, that's where I came home to.
You didn't know it before the house was there?
No, I never knew it, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those houses are really
Genuine
old.
question.
No, those houses are old like yours old.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, old. I'm not that old. Come on.
Just a genuine.
Well, you were making the implication there again, okay?
Now, you did admit how old you were today at lunch.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember. My short-term memory's shot.
Because you're so.
It goes with age.
Huh?
It goes with age.
What does?
Along with your hearing.
Speaking of hearing,
Speaking of, mine's gone bad too. I put a note in my pocket of things I got to do after we're done here, because I
Which
can't
is what?
remember. Oh, this, that, and the other thing. I just
huh?
nothing important.
Nothing important. It's all right. It's all good.
You,
He's got to go get checked out.
oh.
No, I've got to go to Triadelphia and pick up a piece of wood, and I got to go to
Oh.
Washington and get some corn.
Today?
Today.
My Lord, what a
You got
busy
a
day.
list.
Yes.
Triadelphia, that's down towards,
West Virginia.
West
Yeah.
Virginia, yes.
my goodness. That corn better be
It's
good.
only 35 miles.
Triadelphia. Is there a Bidelphia?
No.
There's a Philadelphia.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, dude.
Ah.
Come on, of all the ones.
Okay, so I wasn't quick on
Yeah.
it, okay? I
Phi
wasn't
and
quick.
Tri. Yeah.
So you've been to Illinois since we
Yes.
last saw you.
Yes.
Yeah. How was the food?
The food was great,
How do you know?
because the beer was good too.
Okay, okay.
It helps. It
tasted the beer?
It helps eat the food. You know.
Did you taste the beer?
It has a taste.
It's a taste.
It doesn't taste like beer, but it's okay. If it
Isn't that
if
weird?
it has a lot of hops in it, I
You
can
can taste
the
the hops.
hops.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's the best
Oh.
part. Anyway, I don't even know how they did.
We won.
What do you
Freedom?
mean how they did?
I really don't know. I
It
honestly.
was about 35 to 14, or they're about maybe 40 something to 14.
Oh my goodness.
30 something or 40 something.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Good game.
it was fun.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
Michigan's got Rutgers on the schedule, so real.
Wow, they're undefeated.
Challenge. Rutgers or
Yeah,
Michigan?
well,
Really?
both of them.
So this is how clueless I am. Monday night,
Rutgers is in New Jersey.
Monday night,
We got a tough game against Iowa.
Monday night,
Hawkeyes.
because
See how many times we can just interrupt them. Monday night what? Monday night
the
The
Steelers,
Steelers
they
played.
did.
on TV,
On
national TV.
television.
Well, I always like to see how they're making Pittsburgh look. So I looked.
Were they home? They
yeah.
were home, weren't they?
Yeah, they were home.
Pittsburgh has never lost a Monday night game at home in the past
Really?
20 years.
Really? How interesting.
That's why they couldn't lose.
Anyways, so this is me. So I go to that channel because I'm watching Perry Mason, of course. But I go over there to see, and I'm like, well, what's the score? And the two teams that were playing on the screen weren't the Steelers and the Browns.
Oh, yeah, there was 2 games going on.
And
that night.
I didn't realize that. And I'm like, I Googled it. I went on the guide, on the TV. I thought, well, where's the Pittsburgh Steelers? There, I know that's on TV.
You had the.
It was halftime.
Oh yeah, they did switch over at half.
Yeah, they did.
It was the Panthers
Yes.
Saints game.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and
I
they
was
were both
very
on
confused.
ESPN. One was on ESPN, and one was on ABC, and one was on ESPN.
Well, no,
Even weird.
ESPN was Steelers.
But they swamped it over at
They
halftime
did.
for like
They
3
did
minutes
just for
or something.
halftime.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that thinking, well, did everybody have that wrong?
My favorite part was, I think it was on Sunday, is when they went picture in picture.
Yeah.
And it maybe, I don't know, 40% of, or 55% of one and 45% of another. I'm like, I could, it was, if I wanted picture in picture, I could just do that.
Well, I know of some people.
Not everybody has that ability. Do picture.
Listen,
in
I don't have
picture.
a very expensive television. I think almost everybody does.
I've
now.
never been able to do that.
You sure?
Not that I know of. Yeah,
See,
maybe.
You don't want to.
You know.
I think it's a silly thing. You
What?
can only watch
Picture in
one
picture?
thing at
Picture in
once.
picture. Can you do that?
But I know, yeah, I could if I wanted to.
Huh.
I
don't know whether.
But I don't. But I know men that have 4 TVs on the wall, 6
I don't
TVs
know
on the wall.
why.
And then boxes for each one of them,
You
so they
can't-
could.
You can only watch one thing at a time.
Well, not this gentleman that I knew very well.
Does he run numbers?
Well, he bet a lot.
That's called numbers.
When you get into fantasy football, you're just interested in certain players, and there might be one player in this game and one player in this game, and so,
Right.
whenever they're playing,
Bring
you
up
kind
the
of
app.
want to watch
Aloysius
that.
knows that stuff. He knows.
I know. That's why
I could see him hitting a cigar and drinking a beer and watching all 6 games at one time.
No, I just bring up my app.
that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to see what's going on in the game, to how they're getting points, and whether they're even close to doing it. Like, for example, I had Fryermuth on Sunday night or Monday night's
Pat.
game. He caught 1 pass for 2 yards in the whole game.
Yep.
Big whoop.
My
I'm dropping him from my
team is 0-2. I'm pretty sure. I'm already.
Yeah, they didn't look good.
Cincinnati,
team also,
the Bengals.
Yeah, both my fantasy team and my
Oh.
actual team are not doing good. So
The Bengals are losing.
0-2.
That's surprising.
It's
Well,
yeah.
didn't they win last year?
Oh, they did very
They
well
were
last year.
they lost in the AFC Championship.
Okay,
game,
that's
so they
right.
were the top 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh my.
Oh well. Life goes on.
Not
More
much to cry
exciting
about.
things.
Well, a more exciting thing is that we just walked through the fellowship hall and then up to the sanctuary. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Wow.
I couldn't see through the cloud of dust.
Wow.
It's dusty. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
they were
it's really
painting,
dusty.
and it just was.
So sealing might be. I think by the end of the week, sealing's going to be all done, all patched up. We had some issues with
Plaster
coming down and
cracks.
and cracks. The cracks are, man, they're cleaned up, all done with this new wall thing that they.
Well, you and I had doubts about the new wall stuff.
Oh,
Well,
But-
we'll see.
If you look at it, it looks kind of thick.
Well,
What they put on there.
Time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell.
Cracks can develop through cinder.
You know what?
Through cinder blocks.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, cracks
That's true.
can develop.
I don't think
with
I don't
very
think it's
little
going to
movement.
settle much anymore. That.
You think it's done settling after 100 years?
Yeah, I
150
think
years.
I think it should be done. I actually sent you an invite to join a group I think it was called "What's Going On in Canonsburg" or something like that.
Don,
But there was
Don
a-
needs more meetings at nighttime. I passed him yesterday, and on the road we crossed paths, and he called me up. Was that you? I said, yeah, that was me. And he says, I'm going to a meeting at church. I said, what? This is only your 4th meeting this week? And he says, yeah, I do have quite a few meetings. in the
Yeah,
evening."
but what he calls meetings is not what we call meetings.
is this a meeting?
No,
No.
This is
See?
part of the work day.
and you don't call this a meeting. This isn't work.
This is fun.
Exactly.
That's why I come. It's fun.
It's fun, yeah. I mean, I look forward to it all Monday and Tuesday,
Right.
Yeah.
ever since Sunday.
So speaking of worship, though,
Speaking of worship, we're going to worship in
fellowship.
the fellowship hall.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
Well, it's going to be dusty.
Where are we worshiping? On
Fellowship
Hall?
In the
Yeah.
fellowship hall, 8:30 and 11.
I got to
8:30
go
and
down
11.
and see it today.
You got to go down and see it. So,
It must be very close. Then.
No.
Alice, you know what it's going to be like.
Ah.
So if you've ever
Did
thought,
they move the toilets out of there?
not yet,
No.
not yet. We will. So here's the thing: is if you've ever thought, I'd love to go to a church plant. I've heard about church plants that happen in various places. I'd love to be a part of one of them. Come. It's going to be
church plant.
Yeah, like a new church.
Oh.
Like a brand new church. Come.
Well,
that's what it's going to be like, man.
Yeah. A brand new church is not quite finished.
We have to set up chairs.
Yep.
We have to.
So when you walk in the door, you pick up your chair.
No,
and you can set it up anywhere.
You know what? That's a thought.
When you come, but
okay.
But
where are you putting my piano?
It's going to hang from the ceiling.
Are you going to have ushers dusting off the seats so that
it'll
when
be
they
ready
before
by
they sit down?
It'll be clean by then.
The chairs are all away right now, covered up, and between now and after they're done for the weekend, we'll pull out the chairs. They'll look good. Floor looks great.
Yeah, it does.
New floor.
Nice floor.
New floor is mostly in.
Mostly in.
Okay.
Not around the edges.
There's a little bit around the far edge and in the closet that's not.
But it's only Wednesday. You still got Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. So all the appliances that were taking up so much space in there are back into the kitchen now.
Okay.
Well, what are they putting on? The kitchen floor is done.
Floor looks amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we still have some other, minor stuff to get cleaned up, but I think it's going to
Are the bathrooms in order?
No, not even close.
You already asked that question.
No, he just asked if the toilets were still out.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but all the bathrooms over here, 3 floors of restrooms on this side of the building will be accessible and available for Sunday. So,
some of us require a little notice if we have to make a trek to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to use one of those toilets sitting there.
There'll probably be a sign on the door. Restrooms in the other half.
Well,
so there will be those will be locked in a closet. There will be no access. Now, if you want to, I'm sure there's going to be tape up, something blocked off for the restrooms. If you're going to climb through that, and then
you can go in the hole in the
floor.
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh, it doesn't
Remember, I've worked
surprise me.
construction.
Does not surprise me in the least.
Oh yeah.
That you would.
Perfect place for it. Why wouldn't you?
Restrooms over here. Sunshine Station will meet. Youth Ministries will
here.
meet. Yep.
Right in this room. This very room.
Yeah. Some
in this very room.
Yeah. So anyway, so all that, at least we're going to be able to be on campus. Probably be a couple weeks before our regular sound system's up. So it'll be like worshiping at the park. Only we'll be
without
inside.
The park.
We'll have control of the heating and cooling.
Cool.
Well, cooling. We will have.
What about the music?
There'll be music.
Oh, there'll be music.
Piano player?
Everywhere.
That electric piano is going downstairs. Right now, you could write "Wash Me" on the back of it.
I thought somebody had done that.
Yeah.
We'll clean that up.
Good.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
Baby steps towards. I'm thinking it might be a couple weeks before we're kind of like spick and span down there.
Yeah.
But,
I just get the dust out because I'll start to cough and
that'll be great.
I'll have to go outside and smoke and it's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah, smoking helps with coughing.
It does. I left the house today without my lighter.
You said that.
Oh, no.
I didn't tell him.
You did.
Oh, did I?
You mentioned it.
Did I?
As part of a diatribe earlier.
I don't remember. See, my
age is really catching up with him.
It
So
is.
did you have to stop at the store and get a new one? Or did you turn around and go back?
I'm just going to run and go back. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to die if I don't smoke in the next 3 hours.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
It's a revelation.
Do you mean that I have that much self-control?
That's commitment. There, 3 hours without smoking.
3 hours.
I can't think about it like that. Okay? I can't think about it. It's just, I always tell this to people who still get up and walk out when they're done eating. Because, it used to be the custom then. You had your dinner if you were out, you ordered coffee, and you smoked coffee, and you smoked coffee and drank cigarettes. Yeah. And there are still people that walk out when they're done eating to go smoke. And I don't do that. I'm not one to do that. I will say, not my last cigarette I smoked was not my last cigarette. Of all the things in my life,
telling yourself that.
Let me tell you though, of all the things in my life that I put in my body, the most addictive things is cigarettes.
I believe it.
Oh, it is. I don't understand the hold that nicotine has.
Neither do I.
Or let alone the
allure the nicotine.
Well, not
has.
the allure so much anymore, but the habit of reaching for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I never was like this, but I am now. I'll find one in my mouth and think, how did that get there?
You forget lighting it up and taking it out.
Yeah, I don't even remember picking it up. I need prayer for that.
Don't start, man. Just don't start.
Yeah,
for
that's
all
exactly.
the kids watching.
I said I never would.
Really?
Yep. I said I never would. I couldn't stand my dad's cigarette
Never
smoke.
have.
I said I never. Like I said, I told the story before. Where I worked at Eaton Park, it was a viable excuse to walk away from your job for 5 minutes and take a smoke break. So I'm sitting there working like a fool, and these guys are. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to start to smoke.
Just to get a break
Just
at
to
work.
get a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
He felt overworked way back then too.
Well, not that. I just thought, well,
I thought the same thing. Look at these guys getting a smoke break.
Right.
And look at the poison they're putting in their bodies.
Well,
and I was like, man, not a chance, man. I will slave over this, whatever it is.
and even in the 60s, when cars still had the vent windows, my dad smoked Pall Malls. And he could, I can't. I don't have the ability to hold a cigarette in my left hand and flick it out the window. I don't do that.
You can't do that?
No.
That's
It has
why.
to be
That's
my
why
right
I
hand.
needed an ash cup.
It is. I
Ashtray.
can't.
How's
and
that working, by the way?
Oh, that is working so well. I can't believe the less ashes that I have going on in my car. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I cleaned my car really good last week. You'd have been
Oh,
proud.
I bet.
I mean, it was really black
Very
on the
clean.
inside. I mean, black because that's what it's supposed to
It's
be.
hard to believe that.
Oh, I'm telling you, I cleaned it all up. I used. Yeah, congratulations to you.
No,
too.
I was.
You know, I found this stuff. I told you about the glass
Yes,
cleaner.
Yes. It's called glass cleaner.
It's called glass cleaner. It's foamy, and you spray it on, dude. It takes anything away.
Really?
Oh, I was amazed. The cigarette smoke was gone.
Go and buy it. Glass cleaner.
My brother Kenny. You remember my twin brother Kenny? He's still with us. Hi, Kenny.
Not with us, but
No, he's still
still alive.
But he's been telling me for years, just go buy a can of this foamy glass cleaner. Here's me. What's it called? Glass cleaner.
Yeah. Who's
So-
on first?
Kenny. Yeah. But anyway, oh my, worked like amazing.
So that's your messy story.
My messy story.
Yeah.
Well-
was your car?
I cleaned it up, and now it looks.
You got a messy story.
I'll tell you
Well,
what.
we played a game at my daughter's house the other night.
Yep.
It's you put there's a hand that's on a spring and it goes down and you put whipped cream on it.
Oh,
Pie in the
like
face. Pie in the face, and you put your chin. Well, first you spin
No,
the spinner
sir.
and
Yep.
it comes up on 2, 3, 4. So let's say it comes up on 4. You put your chin on this thing, and there's a guard around it,
Yep.
but your face is exposed, and the handful of whipped cream is right here. And you have to turn this knob. If you got a 4, you got to turn it 4 times. Boom! You
Hey, don't
whip-
turn the air
You get
conditioning
whipped
on
cream
while
in the
you're
face. It was fun. We played 10 rounds. It was good.
I bet it was. Did you get
I got the most pie in the face.
somehow? And Linda.
Linda might have been the second most pie in the face.
Speaking of Al and Linda, they are members of our bell choir, and I invite you, if you have ever considered ringing a bell in church for a few months, a season, or become a dedicated member of the bell choir. It meets tonight at 6:30. Al and Linda are both a part of our bell choir.
That's right. We have a new member of the bell choir this year, Cheryl, and she's doing a great job. But we
Great.
still could use another person.
Right, and we can use several more in the chancel choir, in our choir that meets at
Cheryl
7:30.
Smith that's ringing bells.
Is that who it is?
I didn't catch what her last name was.
I think it is.
I think it is too. And Elena sang with us on
She
Sunday.
did. Yep.
Yeah, I was harmonizing with her.
Nice. Very good.
But we
So
were
pie
always
in the face
looking.
mess,
Yeah, that was messy.
car mess.
Yeah. What do you got
Um,
besides the usual mess?
yeah. I mean, schedule mess right now is the first thing. We got 3 kids in different activities. All these meetings, running around trying to get things.
I haven't been invited to dinner
Yeah.
since he came back from S.
Yeah. Oh well. So Sunday, not just the sanctuary mess, but we've got. I've got one of the messiest stories in Scripture.
Tell Albert a little bit about that, because I'll bet he knows that better than I did.
The messy part in the scriptures.
Yeah.
There's a messy story in there that we're going to look at.
Yeah.
So right smack in the middle of Joseph's story, Joseph gets sold off to, Egypt and whatnot. Right in the middle of that is a story about his older brother and that brother's daughter-in-law.
She was a bad girl.
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
No.
She was a good girl.
Tamar and Judah. Are you familiar with all
Tamar
of
and
them?
Judah. I couldn't
No.
remember.
Oh, it's going to be, it is, like,
This is what
disclaimer.
you're talking about this on Sunday?
Yeah.
Disclaimer. Warning. Yeah, it's messy.
Oh boy.
It's one of those things.
Where do I go to read about this?
You can.
Genesis 38.
I thought you were going to say the Bible.
In the Bible, Al. In the Bible.
It's in there.
The 38th
You find it.
chapter.
Genesis
30. You want to
38.
read ahead.
That's way back at the beginning.
That's way back at the
38
beginning.
chapters into the Bible.
Huh.
Genesis 38, man. It's you're going to go, huh? What?
Huh.
I'm
You're going to have to read that twice.
nearly convinced.
Well, I've read that part. I mean,
Yeah.
Lynn,
You've read it.
Lynn and I, one time we started at the beginning,
Good.
and we only made it.
to Leviticus.
We made it to past Exodus, and
Yeah.
and
Numbers.
then started getting boring after that. There was something that it just
Leviticus.
it was got.
Well,
it got
when
to-
does
maybe
the
it
flood
was
happen?
Leviticus.
What book is the flood?
Genesis.
Okay. Really, that early? How'd we turn so bad? How'd we turn so bad so early?
Did we turn so bad?
That God said, hey, this ain't how going like I'm thinking. How did we do that?
How? I don't know how.
mean-
I wasn't there.
No, I wasn't either.
Yeah.
And all
I think it
those
was one day I said, "Don't eat that apple."
Yeah, I know it.
And he says,
Might
"Hey,
not- might not have been an
I
apple.
can have that if I want it."
Well, and that's just it. And look how many people die because they think I can have that if I just want it.
Yeah.
If I just take it. Yeah, and you can't. You can't do that. You have to have control of yourself. You also have
So I'm
to,
not going to have that cigarette.
well, I'm not having one right now.
You're not. That's good. That's
And now that we're talking about it, I would.
good. Now all of a sudden you want it.
Oh, I do. I got the cigarettes.
I got an idea.
No, I don't even.
Let's
have,
find something for those fingers to do.
Well, it's too soon yet. We haven't talked long enough.
We're up to over like 25 minutes
Well, how do you know that?
because that we started at 1:20. Sorry that we were so late.
Maybe if he holds a
Now
pencil in
1:45,
his
yeah.
pencil between his fingers,
No,
he can just sit
no,
there
no.
and wiggle it back.
No, because then I'll have a mouthful of eraser.
I don't have any. I don't have anything in my pocket.
Or I'll stick the lead in there and light the
We can
eraser.
get one of those little candy cigarettes.
Maybe I'll switch over to vaping, which I find disgusting.
I do too.
Oh, it's worse than cigars. I enjoy a good cigar smoke. Vaping makes it's just overwhelming. I can't believe
Some
people-
legislator
chemicals.
just got kicked out of a movie theater because she was vaping.
Well, they
in
should have,
there, yeah.
because that smell just permeates everything.
Well, it makes such a huge cloud of.
It does. You
I
don't.
don't know what it is.
I know it. You're exactly right. I'm like, I never took a hit that big off a cigarette in my life. And
Hit off a cigarette.
yeah, that's what I said.
I think we're gonna get closed down.
No,
Anyway,
I don't think. I bet you he smokes. Facebook guy.
Yeah, but who smokes? Facebook. What do you mean?
Facebook.
Whoever's on Facebook.
No,
you mean?
Facebook guy. The guy Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg smokes.
I bet you he smokes.
I don't know.
He's probably hid away in some cave in Seattle smoking cigarettes.
Maybe
Why
you
do
never
you
know.
say that?
I don't know, just cause he looks like the type.
He looks like
Stress.
the type. Oh.
Looks like the
Stress.
type.
Yeah.
What looks like the type?
No, I'm telling you.
There you go. That's now I got it right.
I'm telling you. I said all my young person.
You wouldn't do it,
I wouldn't do it.
and then you did it.
And then I did it. But Dad didn't have filters. He was
You don't have a
in
filter either.
How long did you work at this Eaton Park?
Oh my
Long enough to
goodness!
start smoking.
I started when I was
Fine.
16, and I quit when I was probably 21.
Oh, 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, I was
It
actually.
had that much of an impact on him.
That was actually my first choice.
He was a cook.
I was.
See, I can see it now.
It was my.
You know what? Did you ever see?
No,
see?
cigarette adds.
adds
It's
to
like
the-
a spice. It's like a little spice.
You ever see the television show? You can't do that on television.
Yeah.
Can't
It was
do that.
big.
Yeah, I
so
remember
there
that.
was so barf. Barf was the character who was the.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure he had a cigarette dangling out of his mouth as he was the cook behind the counter.
Well, there's a lot of you could find that
I
today.
heard that.
You could find that today, I'm sure.
I'm sure if you went
There's somebody
far
standing
enough
at a grill.
somewhere enough.
There's somebody at a grill cooking somebody's hamburger
Yep.
with a cigarette in their mouth. I always thought,
Could be you too.
you know,
It's not like it's germs or anything.
it's not.
I mean, people aren't going to get sick
but
because of it.
picture this, though. Am I wrong or right about this?
You're wrong.
We already
Picture
know.
this. Put another 40 pounds on him.
Another
maybe
40 pounds.
Another.
Thanks. No thanks.
After this first 40 pounds, another
Put
40
another
pounds?
40 or 50 pounds on him.
Yeah.
Get him a stogie cigar to stick right here.
Yeah.
And make him talk with the cigar in there, too. I'm telling you, that's going to be you in 20 years.
Not a chance.
I'm telling you, that's going to
Zero
be
chance.
you. Uh-huh.
Like
and,
zero.
And then you're going to have a pack of chew in your
Zero
back pocket.
chance.
Yeah.
Like not even. Not.
Can't you
even-
see it?
No.
Oh,
No.
I can see it. I'm telling you,
I
I
don't know
can
what
see
you
it.
think you can see. Man.
Unshaved.
Zero chance.
Unshaved.
After the kids grow up and
Exactly.
and move away, and
No.
he stops having to worry about being a good influence
yeah,
on
good
his
role
kids. And
model.
so
Oh.
then it's going to start.
Oh, he's going to start. I know.
No. Start what?
That's what happened with me.
Is that what happened?
You
with
didn't smoke till after the kids.
Well, I did a little bit beforehand, but not as much.
Not as much.
Not as much.
Yeah.
That was
Well-
very occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't know what's less likely, the 30 pounds or the cigar.
Well, I would say the cigar is less likely.
Maybe.
Yeah. The
And
pounds.
it's close. 30 pounds is
Look,
a lot.
let
of
me
weight,
tell you.
man.
Look,
That's a lot.
dude. When I quit,
I never started.
when I was 50 years old.
This turned into a how bad is Don going to look in 20 years?
When I was 50 years old, I
I
weighed
don't know, from
190.
40 to 60, I think I put on 30 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
How much did you weigh at 40?
I was right around 200. It's because I used to exercise regularly. I played handball twice a week, and so I was very active. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, around 40, I stopped doing that, and I put on a lot of weight. As
No,
a matter
at
of fact, I
50.
ran into the guy I used to play handball with about even only 5 years later, and he said, "Whoa, what happened to you?"
When I was 50, I weighed 190.
Wow.
Man, I think I was 191 in my first year of college.
When
so
I was 50, I weighed 190.
So here's
And now,
I've already had that. Look, now I'm kind of like, no, I'm actually
you
going the
think
other way
that's
around.
the
No,
40s.
No,
That's the
no,
40s
trust me.
in you. No, trust me.
No,
okay?
'cause I'm-
50s, you can watch all you want, okay?
No,
it's just not going to disappear
Yeah,
like
there's
it
a second
used to.
wave because in college I was 165. I went up to 200 by 40, and then I went up to 230.
Well, here I am at
240
68,
by
so that's 18 years later.
30
I've
years.
gained 60 pounds.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But you do nothing. I mean, like it's not. I mean, it's not like I slowed down. You like nothing.
Well, and there's a
Last
reason
night I
for
went
that.
for a walk.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I walked from the refrigerator to the chair.
Yeah, exactly. So when I go on vacation,
He has to go up about 15 steps just to get to his car.
That's true too. Yeah.
And I do that. I make it okay.
I make it okay.
This whole parking lot deal going on back there is really messed with my.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, by the time I get here, I'm ready for choir to be
He
over.
found a spot though.
I bet he did.
What?
By the way, were your
I said you found a spot in the back though.
I did. Today I did.
Were your parents heavy?
My mom was always chunky.
Okay.
My dad never was.
Neither of my parents are.
Oh.
Were.
Well, my mother was a little Italian woman.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. I was saying like
Yeah.
if I look at my extended family,
Yeah.
nobody is.
Well, my oldest brother Fred was heavy.
Yeah. I got none of that.
Heavy.
So, yeah. I think I'm gonna be all right.
Well,
I'm paying attention. I just had blood work done.
well, okay.
Even some numbers doing even better than they were before. So
Yeah. And you got my text about
I
my.
did.
Yes.
I did.
you're dying. Yep.
No, I'm
So,
not dying. Don't
dying.
put that out there.
Ken's dying. Come see.
Yes,
come
quick.
see.
Come to worship.
Come to worship. Last few times.
Could be the last couple times.
No, it's a good example on why you should follow your doctor's orders and do the test that he recommends. He recommends
is
for you.
Kenton's?
This is Kenton. He had
They discovered that he's dying.
No, they
No.
didn't. Would you stop that?
I think that we should get that out there. Kenton's
No.
final tour.
Final tour.
Final tour.
Who
That
else?
sounds good.
Who else is having a final tour?
Indeterminate dates.
Indeterminate. Undetermined.
Yeah.
Yeah, undetermined.
Undetermined.
Yeah. As far as what day it'll be,
Oh, that too. No,
when my
undetermined
Jesus
dates.
I will see.
But no, indeterminate number of
When I
number
look
of
upon
showing.
his face, the one who saved me by his grace, and he takes me by the hand
And he says
and
it's
leads
your
me
time.
to the promised land. What a day, glorious day. It'll be
For everyone
glorious.
left behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Kenton's dead.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's
boy.
that sounds
Wait.
bad.
And look,
That
and
does.
this sounds bad. Anybody who follows this and who might love me just a little bit, if something should happen to me, please look on the shelf in his office, okay? Because I don't want to be just left on the shelf.
Oh, there's zero. So, okay, hold on a second. Run, pass, or boot. Okay.
He might put your bobblehead on a shelf.
Run, pass, or boot.
It's on the organ, by the way.
Most likely things that are going to happen. Okay. Run with the thing you think is most likely going to happen. Pass on the thing you think is a maybe. Boot the thing that you don't think is going to happen at all. Okay. Smoking a stogie in 20 years regularly.
Okay.
Maybe even just one, because that would be my first still. Gained 30 pounds? Is that what you
Me?
said? 30 pounds?
60.
No.
Oh, you 30 or
Gained
40.
30 pounds.
Yeah.
Kenton's remains on the shelf.
Oh, that's going to happen first.
I'm just going to say this. Ready?
Yeah.
Number one least likely thing that's going to happen is Kenton's remains on my shelf. Like, not a chance.
Where are you going to put me?
Number two, I'll go with the
I thought
stogie.
I thought you had a place up in the cemetery for
Oh,
it.
I have a place in mind, but I didn't buy it. That's up to him.
The most likely place.
I thought you bought a place. I thought you
I
had
didn't
a
buy the
place
place. I didn't. I bought everything except the place
Just chose it.
and opening it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed him where. I showed him.
How
where.
do you know it's going to be available? Somebody else
Well,
might just scoop it up.
Because the person who owns it at this time is much younger than I, and she may not have a need for it.
So somebody else owns the plot of land where you're
Yes.
supposed to get buried, where you
Yes.
want to get buried, and you think that you can get it back.
Well, I know the person.
Most likely scenario with his remains, they're staying where.
That's what I mean. Don't. It's a white
Do we have to
It
pick
onyx.
won't
them
be
up?
on my shelf.
Do we
It's
have
a
to
white
pick- do we-
onyx
Do you have to
urn.
pick them up?
No.
No, I
What do
didn't think so.
What?
What will you care? You'd be dead.
I know. I'll be. What a day that will be.
Exactly. What does it matter?
Well,
Don't
that's
get all bent in
true.
a shape about things like that.
Well, but people like to have a. Although nobody's going to do it, people would like to have a place to go and remember somebody sometimes.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There can be people lined up around the corner.
Oh, that's so nice. That sentiment is so nice.
No, we'll have you lie in state.
I am in the sanctuary. That's part of a funeral. Yeah. We had this
We're going to
conversation already.
enclose him.
I
and
thought he was going to be cremated. We can't.
I
do
am, but
that.
no.
So what are you
I
gonna
get
do?
laid out first, then
Laid
I'm
out,
cremated.
then cremated.
Yeah.
I'll lay you out right now.
Yeah, right. You know
I don't
what?
think we can do both. I
You'd
think
be
one
too
or the
scared.
I
other.
agree. You gotta
You'd be
pick
too
one.
scared.
I'm going to pick one.
You'd be too scared.
I mean, not live on camera. Cut the camera.
No, don't cut the camera because
You're
it's not that I can sue you.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, but for what?
Exactly.
You ain't got nothing I want.
Nothing, honey. All right. On that, we should probably move over to the piano.
You think?
I think
This
so.
was not a very fruitful conversation.
This-
today.
I told Ken
This
we're
was
not
nice.
when we talk about things, we're not allowed to talk about death. I mean,
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about death?
Not allowed to talk.
his
about
mother
death,
said the
so
same thing.
This is the last time we're going to talk about.
Well,
it.
except for
time.
Dawn's joy in talking about mine.
No time. Got no time.
Got no
No
time.
time.
Kenton's got a
time
long life to
for
live. It's going to be
you.
good. He's got a long
No
life
time left
I think it's one or the
for
other.
you.
It's going to be good or long. I don't know if it can be both.
What?
to live. The rest of your life.
The rest of your life.
The rest of my life, I don't know. You know what? I'm ready to go 5 minutes ago.
Me too.
You're ready for me to go.
So,
You're ready for me to go.
to the
5 minutes.
piano.
To the piano. All right.
We're not going to stop.
We're going to stop.
We don't have to stop.
We're going to stop.
Why do you want to stop?
Let's try a continuous one.
You wanna do a continuous
because
one?
we
I'll
can.
just continue.
Because we can.
I think it's very confusing
That's if you
for
can
people.
move that fast.
Oh. Hey, Alice.
Yes.
You better ease up, okay?
I see you're in fast motion.
Oh. Oh boy.
Rapid speed.
Rapid speed. That was pretty quick, I got to tell you. So, hi, I'm Kent Klink,
He's exhausted.
and I don't know what you do with that thing back there, but okay. I'm going to play some music now for you. I told you I'd have a surprise for you, right? Don't. So we'll see you next Wednesday, 1-ish, and we'll see how everything is progressed until then. Other than that, come see us on Sunday, worship in the fellowship hall, 8:30 and 11. See you then. Bye-bye now. Oh, get church, got church. Get it right here at Canonsburg UP Church. Bye-bye.